now I'm with my friend. So we met in Lancaster many years ago. Hello, Kat. Thanks for your time.
Hello,
Yes,
hello, thank you very much.
yes. So now Kat is actually in Norway, right?
Yes, I live in Oslo now. After finishing my degree in Lancaster, I just stayed in London for a bit and then I came to Oslo.
Okay, cool. So she's in Oslo and she will share to us how is actually the situation there about COVID-19. So maybe you can introduce yourself first, Kat.
Yes, my name is Katsiaryna. I come originally from Belarus, but I've been living internationally for many years, and I'm very thankful to have met many great people who now I'm proud to call friends. So thank you for the invite that I'm
Sure.
of the COVID situation in Norway. So actually, the situation in Norway got very bad, like in the middle of March, and the country went to a complete lockdown. So these measures are taken into consideration up till now. So now we are not allowing tourists to come to Norway. Only the residents can come. And of course, it has influenced the flight traffic. Also, many flights got cancelled. But like inside of the country, the situation is like relatively calm because I feel people now are taking it like seriously, but at the same time they are not panicking, because the first days when it was introduced, people were like panicking, just going to groceries, buying everything, like
Panic buying. Yeah.
yes. But now, like, there is everything available in stores, and people understand that there is no shortage of goods. And the thing is that I was in Belarus for the 8th of March because it's International Women's Day, and I went there to see my family because it's a big like holiday in Belarus. So I came back to Norway 2 weeks ago, and the first 2 weeks after you arrive from abroad, you have to be home quarantined. So now for 2 weeks, I've been home quarantined, and it means that I should avoid social contacts. I can leave my apartment to walk, to go for a walk alone, for example, but I cannot meet anyone. And I also cannot do my grocery shopping myself, cannot go to pharmacy myself. So I've been asking my friends to kindly do the shopping for me during these weeks. And basically when my home quarantine finishes tomorrow, that means that I am allowed to go shopping and like leave my apartment and take walks with others if I want. But of course, remember the distance, like 2 meters between people. So actually people, they can go out and they don't have to request a permission from the government if they want to leave their apartments. But of course, just you have to be responsible. And the government had banned the gatherings of people more than 5. So it's not possible to meet more than 5 people, and all the public venues are closed, all the events are cancelled. So the restaurants are just only delivering food. You cannot go.
So it's only takeaway, yeah?
Yes, only takeaway. Yes, and kindergarten schools are also closed. Actually, they're closed like from the middle of middle of March, and all the lectures now are taking place online. And also people are working online. So if you have such an opportunity, the government has said to work online as long as you can work online.
Okay. How long you have been working from home, let's say?
Since the middle of March, yes.
Okay, so
and I think like till the end of April it will stay like that, but we'll see what happens in May because the situation like it's changing all the time. Yeah.
Okay.
It's very unpredictable.
From my office, I already got notification that the work from home is actually until June here. That's so long.
It's very long. Yes. But you know, like now I try to find like some positive sides in that. So I have a balcony, and when the weather is nice, I just move my office to the balcony and work from home from my balcony. Yeah, so I'm lucky to have a balcony actually.
So you
And
feel the
yeah,
outside atmosphere, yeah, at least.
yes, and just sit in the sun, and now I also feel like I started to notice like small things, just the blue sky or a bird which is flying. So it's really about the small things.
Yeah. During the quarantine, did you do anything new or any, things that you usually didn't do, then you did?
Yeah, I feel because I cannot go and explore outside now, I've tried to explore myself as much as possible. So what do I have inside of me which I can like show to the world? And I feel that art really helps a lot.
Sure.
Also, I've been streaming like different theater performances from around the world, because many theaters have like live translations now. Like ballet and opera, it's possible to access it. So I really miss these cultural things, and it's been like some fresh air for me to be able to access it online. And I'm also doing some yoga just to keep myself
Right.
physically just prepared for the holiday season, because I still believe the summer will come and like
Oh, yeah.
everybody has to look nice.
You will
Yes.
enjoy some parties in the summer. I hope
Yeah.
so. Everything will be better soon. Hope.
Yes, me too. Me too.
Okay. And then, how about the government in Norway? Like, did they do anything very strict to the society since March, or it's actually gradually implemented, or like how?
The government in Norway gives a lot of like freedom to the people, and just relies upon the people's responsibility. So of course it has introduced some restrictions and banned like huge gatherings, banned people, foreigners, from entering the country also. But overall, people have to stay responsible themselves, and like it's like a social distancing which is implemented now on each person's level. So you decide whether you really need to go and meet your friends, or you just stay in social isolation, and you try to rescue lives by that. And I think more and more people, they become aware that, of course, because of this virus, you as a young person may not feel it, but you might encounter somebody for whom it can be deadly. So it's your like personal responsibility to stay at home as much as possible, and not to let the virus spread. Yes, people, I feel they're taking it here very seriously, very responsible. But in Europe there is not such a tradition of wearing masks. And I know that like in Asia, people in many countries even received like the order, like in China, they were not allowed to go outside without a mask.
Yep.
But here, because of the cultural differences, I feel like not many people are wearing masks if they go outside. It's just not common. But still they maintain a distance. But like I personally read that like wearing a mask is actually good. So when I go out, I try to wear it. Yes.
Because you never know whether you are a carrier or not, right? So there's
yes, exactly. Even if the mask doesn't protect you from getting the virus, if you are sick, the mask actually protects you from spreading the virus. So even if you don't have any symptoms, I feel that it's wise to wear a mask if you have such an opportunity, of course. Because like everywhere in the world now, it's not that easy to buy masks. I know it's a big problem. Yeah.
And how about the mortality rate there?
Okay, now I just have to say that I don't follow the news very much now, because I feel when I don't know, I feel just calmer.
Yeah.
And when I start reading it, I just start to feel
Good for your mentality, right?
yes.
I can relate, yes.
Because like I even don't know how many people in Norway like are having the virus now, but maybe it's something like 6,000 people or 7,000, but I'm not sure. Okay. And there are like around 100 people who like died because of it. Okay. Yes. But it's not the latest information. You have to double check that. That's what I saw somewhere.
When I talked to our friend from the UK, so I was actually confused why in Europe numbers of people got the infection is like higher than like Indonesia or some Southeast Asia countries, when I assume that the medical quality is actually like better in Europe. I heard from you that the people are actually more aware and people also listen to the government. So why actually the number of people who get the infection is very high? Is it because of the numbers of elders, the risk for the infection is also higher, or like how? What do you think about it?
I think that, one thing maybe the age structure, of course, but another thing is that, it's spreading like in waves, the virus. And I think it was very important to not to try to postpone when it comes to the country. So what could have been effective is to get a test to like everybody who is arriving into the country. And I know that Norway didn't do that. So they just let people in like from China and from Italy, and like people did not get the test straight away when they crossed the country, and they thought they're healthy and maybe they went out and had like social contacts. That's why because it was not established in the beginning who brought the virus to the country. The virus could come and could spread very easily. But when they saw that the amount of infections is rising, then they introduced the measures. And I think in Norway they did it quite early, because they had the example of Italy when people like reacted a bit slowly, and then the hospital system was just not coping with that. So it's just good, the timing is very crucial, I feel like. And now people are really like, they understand that it should have been done earlier now, but you cannot go back, so you can only work with the things you have now.
Yeah. You mean that because the international mobility is actually higher compared to, country in Southeast Asia, because Europe is actually very like multicultural, people move from one country to another country like very fast, something like that, right? So that's why the spreading of the virus is also like very fast to almost everyone in the country. Yeah.
Yes,
So
that's
I get
right.
the point, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But are you afraid about this situation?
I was afraid in the beginning, yes, but I think I've done some psychological job with myself, and it's given good results now. So now I take the whole situation, like I understood that I cannot change much. Yes, it's just like a kind of um, difficult time for everybody in our generation, and everybody is going through that. And the only way to let the situation end is to take the measures, not to panic, and just appreciate life as it is, and be there for your family, for your friends, even if you're far away, to give this support and this virtual hugs, this positive emotions, even through the distance, because I feel that positive emotions are really good for immune system to strengthen it.
Yeah.
So we need to feel
Suggestion,
that we're not
positive
alone.
suggestion, right?
Yes, yes. And as long as we know that we are not alone, we have our family, and we just keep being strong. And I believe everything will pass. And soon we will just remember that as a lesson to learn. Yes, it's just like a kind of a test. I feel it's like a test for us to test our humanity, to test how we are able to help each other, how we react in difficult situations.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's true. But how about your family? Like, are they worrying about you? So all of them are in Belarus right now.
Yes,
So
of course they're worried. Of course, yes. But we are in touch. We are calling each other every day, just checking how everybody is. And it's been working very good so far. So we are just supporting each other from the distance. And I just keep sending my mom the pictures of what I'm cooking. That I'm feeding myself well. Not starving. So I think it's going on well.
Okay, last question from me. Do you have any hope for, let's say, Norway or the world about the situation right now?
Yes, I'm positive about the future, actually. I feel that the nature is like taking its rest now, because there is no pollution, and there is fish and dolphins and swans coming to the lakes. In Venice, when the canals were so like dirty, and now without people's like intervenience, it's really clear again. But of course, it's very sad that like what we see now is the positive change for our planet is at cost of like lives, valuable human lives. And I realize how vulnerable and unprotected like humanity is overall, because we think that we are so smart and we develop technologies, and then something like virus comes and we cannot stop it, and there is nothing we can actually do about it. But just like we have to study it scientifically, and just to stay like optimistic and strong in our hearts, in order to be able just to get over it, and to welcome a new period where people will be maybe taking more care of nature and of each other also. Yeah, because this is what we are here for, to be there for each other. That's it.
So there are always so many positive things we can take from a situation, right?
Yes, that's it.
Thank you very much, Kat, for the time. Hope we can talk later and stay healthy,
Thank
yeah?
you, Megha. Thank you, you too. Stay healthy.